We on.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Avo, and this is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 126. Cause I ain't shit. Let's go. We the bros.
Who wants smoke with us? Who wants smoke with us? Who wants smoke with us? How long of this can I go before I gotta do the intro?
Keep going, just do your thing.
Who wants smoke with us?
Yeah.
Who wants smoke with us?
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. What's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 120. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro.
Dynasty Bro Vic here with our DJ.
Come on, man. DJ Avo. What's good?
Hey, remember like when we was first starting to get the role of this and I couldn't get the intro down? I kept messing up.
I was like for a good 6 months, bro.
That was this 100, this episode 60. This where I'll be like, damn, bro, I messed up again.
It's cool though. You're a pro now.
Hey, man, it starts here, bro. Like, this is what everybody is excited for. This is draft season, man. We just had the NFL draft Thursday through Saturday, man. And I'm not gonna lie, it was different. It was full of guys that we like and guys that got a lot of upside. But it's just, I think this is one of those weird years where it just seemed like opportunity was a little bit different than other years. So we did get some good landings, man, and we're here to talk about it. So no matter what, you're always gonna be excited about draft season, especially now. You got any drafts that started personally on your own?
Had a draft start this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and second one kicked off at 1:30. So yeah, we getting to it, man.
Yeah, Trade Masters League going right now. I had the spot in front of Vic. He gonna call me. Said he was trying to distract me while I'm on the clock, man. That's foul, bro.
Had to get my Glenn Dorsey on, man.
Yeah, but it didn't stop me. I had one guy left. I knew what I was gonna do, man. So what up, Chris Olave? Welcome to the team.
Hey.
Welcome to the championship team, baby.
Go through me, man. That league.
I ain't worried about it. My team lovely now. My players healthy.
That's what's up.
It sounds like you want all the smoke.
Yeah, especially for little fellas. All right, so let's get straight to it, man. Probably light on the news. We do got a couple news pieces though, bro.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all kick it off then, because
Yeah.
for me, like, I know it's a jam-packed episode. I just want to get straight to it, but
All right,
definitely.
let's jump back. We'll make this quick. This is the Hood TMZ with Dynasty Bro Dot. All right, let's talk about.
Hey, that's a first.
I know, bro.
Is that an NFT?
Yeah, bro. You said you was gonna keep it light, so I thought I'd jump in. I got two moves. Hollywood Brown to Arizona.
Ooh.
Let's see. What does that mean for Kyler going forward? You know, he was disgruntled. I think he wanted more pieces. He said he just wanted to win. And they gave him a first round pick for Hollywood. So he was a first rounder a couple years ago, or 3 years ago. Do you think it was worth it? And with this offense that's high powered and, you know, needing a deep threat, they lost Christian Kirk. Do you think this is a good move for Hollywood? And just, it's a turnaround. He went from a team that didn't throw to one that throws a lot. What does that mean for Hollywood Brown fantasy right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's up for him. I will say this. I didn't see that coming. And looks like Hollywood requested a trade. But, you know, hey, if they lose Christian Kirk as far as Arizona Cardinals, and, you know, AJ Green getting up there in age, Hopkins, he's getting up there in age too. I know he signed that big contract, but that's a nice piece for them, man. And I know they got Rondale Moore. The receiver room looks crowded right now,
but it's not.
But Hollywood could definitely take on that Christian Kirk, you know, stretch the field role. So
facts. Everybody said it looked out the blue because we probably didn't know that Hollywood requested a trade because it looked like he was already at Arizona's little ceremony, the little draft party they was having. He was already there.
I didn't know that. Wow.
So yeah, that's lit.
Man, this trade has been in the work for weeks, from what I could
Yeah,
tell.
facts.
But nobody was allowed to tell. If it would have leaked at all, it would have been canceled.
Facts. And just seeing Lamar didn't even know, bro. Hearing him say WTF. That's messed up, man. You got a guy that's your franchise player, and you're still working on seeing if you're going to work out a contract deal with him. You take away one of his good weapons. He still has Mark Andrews, and we'll see what the second year for Rashad Bateman look like. But Hollywood helps make that offense run so fast, bro.
Yeah, remind me, did Hollywood play with Kyler at Oklahoma, or was that the Jalen Hurts days?
I actually think he did, bro.
Yeah, I think it was Kyler. Kyler.
So shout out to that connection. I wonder if Kyler requested that. So we'll see what happens. And there's one more bigger piece I want to name. He's my guy.
Uh-oh.
AJ Brown getting traded to the Jets, bro. It was a situation where, you know, they got to Tennessee's pick was coming up and Treylon Burks was still there, and it was like, hey, this guy like projects to be AJ Brown, at least by size and speed, athleticism. So let's see if we can build another AJ Brown, get rid of a guy that wants to get paid, and just move him, get him off the book. So what does that mean for Ryan Tannehill in that offense, and what does that mean for Zach Wilson and just the further growth of Zach Wilson? No. Jalen Hurts. I said the Jets like him up. That's because you see that right there, bro. I looked over and seen green on the screen, and it said Jets, but he went to the Philadelphia Eagles. My bad. Jalen Hurts. The progression of Jalen Hurts. We know they took Devonta Smith last year.
Yeah,
it's really the only piece, man. I know we love Goddard, but we've loved Goddard, and we just kind of seen what he is. So to give him an official number one guy. What does that mean for Jalen Hurts in that offense? What does it mean for AJ Brown in fantasy? And what does it mean for Tannehill in that offense?
Well, for the Tannehill piece, to me, I'm not going to say everything stays the same, but it's looking like it's the same. And the reason why I'm hesitant there is because I can't just off top just say Treylon's an AJ Brown. We got to see it. But if he gets an AJ Brown-like player, Tannehill's going to still stay, around that QB 12, QB 13 range. You know what I mean? So hopefully Treylon lives up to the hype and expectations. Of course, he got, some help there with Robert Woods, and I know they drafted some more pieces. But jumping over to the Eagles, man, the Eagles are just like the Jets. They're setting their quarterbacks up with all the weapons in the world. Now we're focused on the QB. Like, it's no excuses.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I'm excited. Of course, durability it's always a concern with AJ Brown. A lot of people might be panicking off Devonta Smith. I do think this is a good opportunity to go get Devonta because he's always going to be out there on the field. You know what I mean? So availability is your best ability. So give me Devonta still. I still like AJ Brown as well. But of course, we all know Eagles like to run too. But hey, they can put the ball in AJ's hands too at the line of scrimmage. Let them create.
We'll see if Jalen Hurts can take the next step. It's pretty efficient at the top of the year before they turn into a dominant run team. But hopefully, just add another piece can make the run game more efficient, make Hurts more efficient. He can still just be one of those guys who wins on the ground and through his efficiency. So we'll see how that goes, man. I do think AJ comes down a little bit. I don't think there's enough targets for him to. But to be honest, he was never a guy that dominated a bunch of targets and have a bunch of catches.
Yeah,
he's just
good.
big plays, man. He's good. Run after the catch, he's solid. So we'll see, man. I don't think that much less of him. Maybe like if I looked at him as top 10, maybe I view him as overall top 12 more than anything. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, bro. But
yeah, bro. And like you said, AJ Brown's the kind of cat, like you just give him 3 or 5 opportunities, he'll take 1 or 2 of those to the house and he got a 20-point fantasy performance.
Facts.
So yeah, I mean he gets it done, man. So no concerns there as far as with volume and opportunities because he's a playmaker.
All right. Yeah, and that's the Hood TMZ with Dynasty Bro Dot.
Yeah.
NFT coming soon, man. That was the first. That was cool, man. But hey, I'm excited, man. NFL draft went down. Like, bro, like just the excitement. We got the link up on Thursday.
Yo.
Shout out to Pizzo. Our boy Ivo, he came out, hung out with us. So it was cool, man. And we got to watch the draft, get some food and drinks. And
Take my trade, Pizzo. Quit playing, bro.
Yeah. But I will say this, man, before we jump into it, this was definitely one of the more unpredictable drafts. Like a lot of unexpected things went down that I wasn't expecting. So I'm also expecting the rookie drafts to play out in that same way. So of course, ADP is already there for the people who've been drafting. But at this point, if you did your homework, get your guys, man. And, after that, go with the situations that you like. So I'm not jumping on certain situations because the player went here, player went there. I mean, I think we kind of learned looking at the CEH situation.
Nice. You
got to trust your process, trust that homework you put in. So that's where I'm at, man. But I'm excited to see where you're at with these guys.
All right, me too, man. So let's do this before we get straight into it. It's gonna be super jam-packed. I don't want to miss this. Hey, where can we follow you at, Vic?
You can follow me at Chief Sosa FF, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening. Dynasty Bros FF, streaming everywhere, man. And check us out. We got the Discord popping too. Get your fantasy advice year round, man. So get right for these rookie drafts. DJ Avo moving and grooving. Where can we follow you at?
You can follow me on the gram, man. Avo Love. Catch me there. To be honest with you, that's the only place I be. You can hit me up. You can book me. I'm out here DJing again. Get your boy. I do all events, everything you need. I do that.
Avo be
but
DJing.
That's just real.
Avo be DJing.
Hey, yo, Dot, my guy. Where can we follow you at, bro?
I've been DJing again. Follow me at Dynasty Bro Dot on Instagram and Twitter, and follow my Instagram page, Dynasty Bros FF. You can book me. You know, I just got a truck. I move furniture.
he be hosting.
I host parties. I host events. Just whatever you need from Dynasty Bro. I'll pull up, turn some shit up.
Get the shoveling going too when that season time. Come on, give me a truck, bro.
We out here, bro. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Follow the whole squad. All right, man. Let's get into it. 2022 draft. Man, I'll say this, and then we can move on. These analysts and I don't know the Twitter draft people and all this stuff. These QBs, man, all this talk and what really happened, was nuts. It was nuts, bro. So I just want to say that, and now we can just get into it.
All right, man. Let's start with the first skill player taken in the draft. So with the Atlanta Falcons, first round, 8th pick, wide receiver Drake London out of USC. Dot. How do you feel about this pick for the Atlanta Falcons?
I rock with it because you know why? They're used to having a solid big guy as their outside target. You know, you go them that many years having Julio as your number one. They kind of got a style of guy they like, and then they like their number two to be real good and complement that style of guy. So, you know, it went from, you know, back when they had Roddy. Roddy was a little bigger outside guy, and then they transitioned to Julio. And now you see they like Calvin. Calvin's not big, but I think he could be a compliment. He still can come back and be the number one on that team if he comes back and doesn't want to leave. But Drake London is the dominant big outside receiver that the Falcons are used to having, to be honest. So I kind of like having two big guys where you're going to have Drake and Pitts out there. I don't know what the offense is going to look like because it looks like they're in a big-time rebuild right now, at least for this year.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do with those two big-ass monsters out there? You feel me? So we'll see how it goes.
I feel you on that, bro. And even looking forward, they can even bring in another tight end and leverage Pitts, you know, split them out wide like a receiver.
Nuts, bro.
You know what I mean? Imagine if they brought in like another athletic tight end, play that true, you know, traditional tight end spot. But as far as Drake London, man, you know, he's as far as his game play and his style, you know, big catch, 50-50 ball type of guy. So I didn't even look at it from that standpoint as far as like, you know what? They're used to having a big wide receiver. So that makes sense, given that. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. Let me ask you this: from a fantasy perspective, should he be the first wide receiver? Taking off the board
in Dynasty, I feel like you can have your choice of these first 4 or 5 guys, man. I think it's preference of who you like. I think a couple of them have more initial opportunity than others. And he's one of them. Just because it's going to be so necessary to that offense. There's other guys like you have to see what their quarterback does for them if they take the next step to, you know, or maybe it's health initially. So it just depends, man. At this point, I don't think I'm judging anybody, bro. I know who my favorite guy is out of the top, and I'm not judging nobody for having somebody else different. So if this is your number one guy in Dynasty, I'm not mad at it, bro. They're all talented. None of them did anything to make it be like, oh my gosh, I have to have this guy. And none of the top 5 went to one of those top quarterbacks like we were naming, like a Pat or Rodgers. So, you know, we didn't have to deal with that. Remember, we talked about that. Like, whoever go to one of them, it is what it is. So my top 4 or 5 guys, they literally went to teams where it's like you could just pick your preference.
Well, you go ahead. You got something, Avo?
No, you got rid of my question. I was literally just about to ask that. Like, doesn't it matter who's throwing them the ball?
Yeah, it does. But you still got to trust talent, bro, and trust that they go out there and get it done.
I got you.
So, yeah. Like, it's some sexy guys it's guys that aren't sexy that still, you know, make these wide receivers be tight. I mean, some people don't like Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins been doing it for Justin Jefferson since he came in. You feel me?
Got you.
So it is what it is.
You saying the receiver can really help the quarterback also?
Yeah, that too. All that.
Yeah, if you look at like my process, I'm always trying to like tweak, but not too much, because like, you know what I mean? If you don't establish some type of consistency, how can you really nail a process? So looking back last year, pounding the table for Devonta Smith, we had Chase. Well, I had Chase, you know, 1B, Devonta 1A. Looking back, I should have went with Chase, just given the QB situation. Don't get me wrong, I love both players, you know what I mean? But just looking back, so I try to apply that concept this year. But like you said, none of these guys really went to a QB that I really, you know, am interested in. So what it comes down to then, as far as where I revamped this year, looking back at what I learned last year is, okay, who have more opportunities out the gate, because it's Dynasty. So I'm not waiting for a guy to break out third year, fourth year. I want a guy that can break out in the first year or two. So I actually have Treylon as my number one wide receiver just coming out. And I know we do these pre-rankings before they get drafted, but I'm at a point where now, what's the point of that when we're just going to update our rankings after the landing spot? So you got to factor in the talent, but I'm just looking at it like who has more opportunity. I feel like right now nobody's really going to compete with Treylon. Of course, Robert Woods is there, but look at that system he went to though. So I feel like he can do a lot of damage, take on that AJ Brown type role. So I like Treylon, bro. But originally coming out, I had Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and I think Drake London is the guy with the most opportunity, just because that offense is going to be bad. The team is going to be bad. They're going to rely on throwing the ball so much. And you know what happens to Tennessee if Derrick Henry come back healthy. That's 350 carries this year. So nah, man, and we'll talk about that some more as we go. I got some other things I want to talk about as far as some of these other receivers.
Cool. All right, let's keep it pushing, man. Let's get into the second wide receiver that went off the board at the 10th spot in the first round, Garrett Wilson, wide receiver from Ohio State. So of course he landed with the Jets. So he has Zach Wilson. Of course, they brought in some other pieces. Looks like they're building that offense up. They're setting Zach up for success, man. How do you feel about Garrett Wilson landing with the Jets?
I like what they're doing, and I like it because, like you said, they're building a team for success, and it's really just relies on whatever Zach Wilson does is going to be the upside for these guys. So we'll talk about what they did at the running back position later, but like they literally took Elijah Moore last year. You've seen his upside when he was healthy and what he can do in that offense, and you go get one of the top talents early in this draft, man. I did think they were going to go one of the bigger guys to kind of offset the Elijah Moore being like a smaller style wide receiver. But at the end of the day, you go get your guy. He got swag to him. He's going to be so marketable. Gary Wilson and Elijah Moore, that's a hell of a 1-2 combination, bro, for some years to come for Zach Wilson, bro. So I like it.
I like it too, man. He's a one of the top wide receivers in this draft. So he's good with the route running, and he's a guy that gets open, man, create separation. That's my flavor. That's the kind of wide receiver I like. We almost seen almost every prototype come out, whether you're your big guy, the 50-50 ball, your smaller guys that can, create and do a lot of damage. Then you got your prototypical size, guys that can run route. Of course, Garrett's a little bit on the smaller side, but he has the height, 6 feet. But yeah, man, a lot of pieces there, man. I will say, just given the landing spot, I'm not confident in Zach Wilson supporting all these pieces. Mm-hmm. So I'm not surprised if Garrett Wilson falls to like the middle round of your rookie drafts. I know I personally have passed up on Garrett at the top, like first couple picks, just because a lot of pieces there, man. And of course, we're going to talk about Brees. You know what I mean? They're going to run the ball. He's going to get his catches. And then I'm sure Elijah Moore is still going to do his thing. So I just don't see Zach supporting all these pieces.
We got to see. We'll see how it goes. I like it, though.
All right, man. The next spot, man. So let's go down to New Orleans. So the Saints, they double back with the Ohio State wide receivers, kept the theme rolling. So Chris Olave, man, 11th pick out of Ohio State. How do you feel about him landing with the Saints?
Love it. Love that if they end up keeping Michael Thomas, that he offsets him. He's a guy that can run routes. He's a professional. He's quick. He has real good hands, man. He can create separation. So I love what he can do with Michael Thomas. And I keep hearing reports that they looking into possibly trading Michael Thomas. So if something like that happens, bro, the upside is even way more up because there's guys, Marquez Callaway and Traquan got re-signed, but those guys to me aren't more talented than Chris Olave. He's not the biggest wide receiver, but he's solid though. With his size that he has, he's solid and his speed makes sense. So I love Chris Olave and Jameis Winston. We know don't have no problem throwing that ball, especially deep. And Chris Olave wins deep.
Perfect scenario in the dome at that. So, yeah, I like the situation too. Like you said, Jameis, he's a big arm QB that can support Olave. And Olave's smooth, bro. And his, again, confidence just out the roof, out the stadium, man. So he's one of the guys I'm actually trying to target on the later end. If you get him at the back of your first round rookie drafts, that's a hell of a pick. So, yeah, I like it. All right, let's keep it pushing, man. Clearly, we saw the wide receiver run continue. So the Detroit Lions at the 12th spot took Jameson Williams out of Alabama. How do you feel about Jameson going
And
to
I
the
know
Lions?
we haven't talked, but this is my favorite receiver. This is my favorite receiver, bro. I'm glad he went to a team that wasn't going to try to, sometimes in our heads we want to hurry up and get out there. We're so excited, we just want to play. I'm glad it didn't have to turn to a situation where they can literally let him take his time, rehab all the way, come back, because the Lions aren't playing for anything, to be honest. But I do like what they're doing for the future. I think Jared Goff is good enough to where once he comes back, he can go out there and they can see right away what Jameson can do. It's not like he's playing with a first-year guy that's going to just make everything look horrible. So I think there'll be a situation as soon as Jameson come back, he'll be the number one. I know we love Amon-Ra St. Brown, but the things that Jameson can do at his size, it's crazy. But that's a hell of a 1-2 punch. The same way I just told you, I like Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. I love this 1-2 punch too. So I'm not mad at it, man. And hey, Detroit might have took the number one receiver and the best offensive player and the best defensive player potentially in this draft.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're building for sure. And to me, the Jameson pick hurts Shark. You know what I mean? Like that's the guy they brought in.
He gone.
Even though I believe they only gave him a 1-year contract, but either way, like Jameson's gonna stretch the field for them. I still think Amon-Ra is fine. I still like Amon-Ra going forward because he can still handle that underneath work and also gets his looks in the red zone. So that's where he dominated. That's where he shined. I still see that continuing. And of course, Jameson, he's an explosive player. So
Jameson is everything DJ Chark wishes he was.
Yeah. So again, I do think both of these guys can be successful in this offense. But I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Jameson takes over as the lead wide receiver. But I'm okay with having Amon-Ra as the number 2. That's fine.
Preach.
All right, man. Let's keep it pushing, man. So, hey, this wide receiver run just kept going, man. So let's go to Washington to the Commanders. I almost said Commandos. I couldn't remember the name, but it's Commanders. I got it right. All right, man. Jahan Dotson, so wide receiver out of Penn State, man. Hey, this is one of the, has one of the better hands, out of this wide receiver group, man. A little bit on the smaller end as far as with his size and stature. So I'm going to get his height. So he's listed at 5'11", but I don't know. I think they juicing that up.
They giving him the Avo treatment.
Yeah, with the cleats.
Hey, man.
I said it.
Man,
I said
love,
it.
Man.
Sue me.
Yeah, but how you feel about Jahan going to the Washington Commanders?
This is one of the ones I'm not happy about. Like, you hear going into the draft that these top guys, they're going to go. So maybe Dotson falls to, the Chiefs. And it's like, oh, my gosh, okay, we got a strong hands, quick guy going to go to one of the better offenses. I think he ended up going to one of the worst offenses. And I don't think they're going to be – I don't think he's better than T-Mac, and they're going to struggle to support him alone this year. So they brought in a guy. The Curtis Samuel thing didn't work out for him. You still have to worry about J.D. McKissick out the backfield. And then, like I said, they're led by Carson. So I'm not excited about this. I like his talent. I don't like the situation right now. So – and I don't like his talent more than the other guys that we already start talking about and one more guy. So it's like out of those top 5, he's like my least favorite. So what about you, man? Him falling to the Commanders. How you feel about it?
I agree, man. I mean, their quarterback is Carson Wentz. Potentially maybe Sam Howell. Of course, I do like the upside of Howell over Wentz in that offense, in that system. So, but at the end of the day, Carson Wentz is steering the ship. I'm just not excited, man. I mean, we saw it up close here in Indy, man. So hopefully they can solidify their QB room, and then ultimately they'll get these skill players going, man. But I'm not too excited, and I don't want to wait and be patient for that room to shake out before I invest in one of these wide receivers. I mean, people are trying to move Terry now. I've been moving Terry, bro, and it's not a Terry thing; it's a situation.
It's an organization.
Like, I love the talent. I mean, that's Naptown. He's home, but the QB situation has not been stable. So,
bro, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles turned Carson Wentz into AJ Brown.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I never thought about it like that, but boom.
Yeah, bro. All right, that's it.
All right, man. Speaking of AJ Brown, the Tennessee Titans at the 18th spot drafted an AJ Brown-like player, Treylon Burks. So wide receiver out of Arkansas, 6'2", 225. He ran a 4.5, but again, he's a guy, you put the ball in his hands and let him create. So I actually do like this spot. I mean,
me too.
We've been hearing AJ Brown is not happy in Tennessee, and I didn't think much was gonna come out of it, but then come the draft, I do like how they handled it. Like, if a guy's not happy there, get the distraction out the way, man, because you don't want nothing to play out like a Deshaun and these other situations where guys announce they're not happy. It's no point in holding on to it.
And it's a guy where if you look at a direct comparison, man, it's like it's nuts. I hate comparing people like to these professionals because it's like, majority of these guys are one of a kind. But when you just look at stature, athleticism, speed, it's pretty much ideal. So it's like maybe AJ Brown is good, but maybe that organization and Tannehill, that efficiency did help mold his numbers and how good he is. I still think he's going to be a solid ass dominant receiver, but maybe they can help, mold Treylon like that. So we'll see what happens. I like it. I'm not mad at it. I want some Treylon if he's there.
Yep. So he's the first wide receiver I'm targeting in these rookie drafts. And again, I just trust Tannehill over Mariota right now. And again, I know these situations aren't permanent. Things will change. They can draft QBs. I get all that, but I play Dynasty in 4-year spurts. So, and of course, who they brought in later on in the draft, I'm just more comfortable with this system, with this situation. Of course, they want to run the ball. A lot of attention going to be in that backfield. That's going to open up your boy. But all in all, we all have our, preferences and flavors, so I'm not mad at it. But let's keep it pushing. The first QB taken, Kenny Pickett. So at the 20th spot, Pittsburgh Steelers, they kept him home. He's a Pittsburgh Panther. So how you feel about this, man?
I mean, it's an okay quarterback going to a good organization. So we'll see. It can mean good things. They stay, keeping receivers and keeping weapons for their quarterback. They still have Deontay. They still have Chase Claypool. They drafted a couple guys. I'll get to talk about one of my favorite guys they drafted later. So they literally kept more pieces for Kenny Pickett. I'm not like the biggest fan of Pickett, but I do like where he went, and I think they're going to give him all opportunities to be good. So you can't be mad at that, especially in Superflex, man. You got a guy that should be, at least decent. He's going to be solid. So I don't think there's no upside. I told you when they got drafted, I was honest. I was like, I don't really see more than this just being a lateral move than Mitchell Trubisky. So it threw me off. I thought they would try to go take somebody different, but they took their guy, and hopefully they mold him into being their guy.
Yeah, with this with the QB situation, I was looking at which organization they went to. So if Malik Willis went to the Steelers, I would have taken him as my first QB off the board. Kenny Pickett went to the Steelers, which he did. Give me Kenny Pickett if I'm looking for a QB. I just trust the organization. I trust Tomlin. I just trust, that organization to handle a rookie, at least from a, franchise standpoint. They gave him the weapons already are there, with Najee being there and Deontay Johnson. We're going to talk about Claypool announcing his replacement at the draft, which is interesting.
Damn, why can't they all work together? They run trio.
I'm just calling it what it is, man.
They run a trio, man.
Sometimes it's funny how shit works out.
He the third guy, man.
I don't know, man, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But I do like Kenny Pickett, man. I did have him as my number one QB prior to all the Malik Willis hype. Don't get me wrong, I did jump on that hype train. I still like Malik. But again, give me the QB that's with a more stable,
and I understand that.
That's mature.
You're not worried about
winning culture. Nah, man.
Not worried about them hands, man.
Nah,
bro. Look how big the football look in your picture in that hand.
Hey, he getting it done. It's cool. All right, man. Let's keep it pushing, man. So
they both stupid.
All right, next pick, second round. So at the 34th spot, Christian Watson, wide receiver out of North Dakota State, to the Green Bay Packers, man. So how do you feel about this pick?
This is where we were all excited to see one of the top guys go. And Christian is, some people like him more than others. So he's a tall, quick receiver. You know who is a tall, quick receiver? Allen Lazard. They literally have the same thing already on their team, and I felt like they should have moved up, man, to actually solidify one of these good guys to give to Aaron Rodgers. But I think this is going to be another necessary guy, to be honest, man. They got rid of MVS. Devontae Adams got traded to the Raiders, and who they're working with, Randall Cobb. I don't know if he's still there, resign or whatever, but he's going to be necessary to play. We'll see if Rodgers actually trusts the rookie receiver coming in. but literally he's Alan Lazard. They have two of the same receivers, man, and it's weird as hell. But people are going to fall in love with him, and he is playing with a Hall of Fame quarterback right away that needs weapons. So we'll see, man. He might have a good first year, bro, and surprise everybody.
This feels like a trap, bro. The reason why I say that, I don't even know how long Aaron Rodgers is gonna be in Green Bay. Like, he's such a wild card. He might fuck around and retire in a year or two.
And he's gonna be a Jordan Love starting.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna watch this one from the sideline. That's just me. Like,
don't nobody love Jordan Love.
I'm okay. I'm okay with watching this one because, like, think about it. Aaron Rodgers. Think about all the drama that's played out over these years. Do you really want to go invest in a wide receiver that they just drafted? I wouldn't be surprised if he's talking with Pat McAfee next offseason that he's retired. You know what I mean? So,
facts.
But Christian Watson as a player, you know, he's raw, he's fast, he's big, tall, all that good stuff. But
Alan Lazard.
Again, I know. I know. You know,
I think Lazard's he's like 6'5", ain't he? 6'5".
Yeah. But again, I know like things like Senior Bowl and things like that. You know, build hype. But to me, this just feels like a trap.
I agree with you.
All right, so I'm gonna let everybody else draft Christian, and hey, if I miss, I miss. The goal is to keep your misses to a minimum. Like, I'm gonna miss in Dynasty, and I'm okay with that. But I'm gonna keep it at a minimum.
All right, let's get to somebody important.
Yeah, somebody important.
Yeah, let's get to somebody important.
Breece Hall, man. So first running back taken. I actually thought it was gonna be in the first round.
Me too, bro.
This is one of the surprises of the draft. So we'll call it the surprises as we come across them. Breece Hall, bro. Let's talk about it. To the Jets. How you feel about it?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, their running backs and the opportunity wasn't horrible last year. Like, the ones that were actually playing weren't horrible. I think when Michael Carter finally started taking off and they figure out how to play him, he was decent. And I think, you know, Zach Wilson and what they're trying to do, if they can take the next step, man, it's so fun to just commit to them. Then I'll just tell you, I think I'm gonna root for this team this year.
Yeah,
I think
they're gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, with Breece, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, I think I want to root for Zach Wilson. I really do. And I'm gonna hope that they take off because I want to see all these guys flourish, bro. It's kind of like, you know, we get excited when we get to talk about Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and T. Higgins, Chase. I want to be able to talk about them like this because I love all of the players here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro, I'm excited that, you know, they committed. Michael Carter didn't play bad last year. I don't think he's a true 3-down running back who can do everything. I think he's good catching the ball, and I don't think he's no solid, like, goal line back either. So they went and got a guy that can do it all, and I think they can sprinkle in Michael Carter, whether he can, you know, run the third down, whether he can go out there and run in the slot, bro. Michael Carter can do it all, so it's not a knock to him. I think they can all just try to figure out to make it work together, bro. But Breece Hall, I like where he went. I like what they're doing. I want to see young guys go with people that want to grow. So I like where he went.
Yeah, I mean, even going back to last year, talking about Zach Wilson, I know I wasn't the biggest fan, but I gave him his props throughout the year. Like, I seen him flash, seen him take steps. So if he continues to build upon, you know, what he was doing and all the weapons are there, this is going to be a fun offense to watch, and it's going to be lit in Madden. I'll tell you that.
It's going to be lit in Madden. Bro, I would like to start my franchise with him.
Everybody young, you know what I mean? But talking about Breece Hall, man, definitely, you know, the best running back in this draft. Of course, you know, looking at the body of work, all the things he's done, you know, at Iowa State in those 3 years. Phenomenal player, man. So, yeah, I didn't know where he was going to go, but shout out to the Jets, you know.
The clear 101 in all formats this year.
All formats,
The clear 101.
All formats, nothing to think about. I know a couple weeks ago, you know, I was looking at, I got multiple picks, so sometimes I go get my guy.
Team need too.
Yeah.
Team need, or you be like, bro, I love this guy.
Yeah.
I got flexibility. Nah, bro.
Right.
He's the clear 101.
Yeah, he is. So without a question, Breece Hall, man. So we ain't got to spend too much time there. Shout out to Breece. He got to walk on stage day 2 in the street clothes, which was dope. They let him go out there and get that moment. So
that's what's up.
All right, man. Second running back taken. So at the 41 spot in the second round, Kenneth Walker, man. So running back out of Michigan State, went to the Seattle Seahawks. Hey, he was the best running back in college football last year. But again, going back to Breece Hall, overall body of work, Breece Hall. But again, Kenneth Walker, this is like your 1A, 1B situation as far as like, you know.
Yeah, he's gonna be solid.
He is.
Here's the issue. I like where he went and hate where he went.
Okay, tell me why you hate.
I hate because one, we have been waiting for Rashad Penny since he got drafted in the first round some years ago to do anything. He's always been hurt. And now you have that stretch at the back end of the year where he looked good, bro. He looked good, not just fantasy, bro. If you actually turned on a game and watched him, he looked good. He's back. I think I would feel some type of. Carson's actually back too, but the issue is Carson's banged up, so I don't know if he's back.
Though.
Yeah, his neck. So here's my thing, bro. I don't see a world where Ken Walker comes in and it's dominating touches and it's just automatically beating out Rashad. And it might be a full out competition. And I do think there's a world where if, I don't think Pete Carroll cares about draft capital either. So if Rashad Penny is beating him out, Rashad Penny's going to play. And he's not an old running back. So it's like he knows the system and he looked good at the back end. So right now he's in everybody's good graces. You take a Ken Walker because, he's young. You need multiple running backs anyway, and that's your style. You want to be ground and pound. But there's a row. Rashad Penny is a solid top 15 running back this year, and Ken Walker's just sitting on your bench, bro. I'm afraid of that a little bit.
I've taken Kenneth Walker at the 102. And again, we've been spoiled, bro, with these past rookie drafts, like with getting these players in the first round and you're plugging them into your lineups, as your RB2 or flexes or whatever. But you got to keep in mind it's football. You got to be patient too. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to have Chases come out every year and Jonathan Taylors. So I think that's what the issue is. We're spoiled. We've been spoiled. But I still like Kenneth Walker. I do think that path is going to be a little bit more clear than what we see right now. But like you said, you can't ignore how Penny finished. So as long as he continues to stay healthy, I don't know if they're going to invest in him long term, because then that means you got to pay a guy who's been historically injured. You know what I mean?
What, he signed a 1-year deal?
Yeah.
Prove it deal?
Yeah, I think he's on a prove it deal.
Yeah,
but
bro, I like him. And I think Ken Walker is a dog. And I still take him 102. We talked about it, but like it just scares me. Like, I feel like if they like Michael Carter, but I don't think they invest that high in Brees with but I feel like you invest that high in the Ken Walker because running backs gotta progress, they get banged up.
Right.
But I don't know, man. He looked good.
The investments there, draft capital wise, for both Brees and Kenneth Walker at the end of the day.
But I feel like the Jets are going to commit to playing their capital guy over. We've seen them.
Right.
We've seen Rashad Penny get taken in the first round and get beat out by Chris Carson.
Yeah.
It's a weird transition, bro.
Yeah.
So,
all right. More to come. And again, the pass catching stuff, catching volume in college, no concern, man. He'll catch the pass he need to catch in the NFC West, so he's good. All right, bro. Wan'Dale Robinson, so wide receiver out of Kentucky, went to the Jets. Smaller guy, man. I'm actually not interested in the situation, only because the Jets just have so many wide receivers, bro. It's like they're fishing for a number one. And of course, they got the Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, that's my only
issue
thing
going on.
They never got rid of Kadarius, and this is a guy that kind of reminds me of Kadarius, like all the things he can do, play like short field, like he's not he can be deep threat, but he likes to do stuff near the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of what they had Kadarius doing. So with none of those guys moved, I don't know if Sterling Shepard's going to be healthy. I think he got hurt on the back end, but they still have
Sterling Shepard.
No.
Oh, Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
They still have Kadarius. He didn't move, and then Shepard when he comes back. So it's crowded full of guys that are just
it's dart throws, bro. Like a situation like that, I'm not confident in the organization. This is where I lose confidence. It's like, if you're constantly throwing darts at a position that you're trying to solidify, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Are you really doing your homework? Are you really, taking time to invest? I don't know where the music went either, but it's all good.
I'll just make sure Avo good.
You good?
Yeah, we good. I'll tell y'all afterwards.
My nigga ran out of gas.
And he took his ring light with him. he took his ring light.
Last time he dropped the mic, now he ran out of gas.
Come on, man.
It's cool, bro. We here. We still rocking though.
I can start making sounds in the background if you need me to.
Nah, that's cool. It's all good. Do the Wayne head. But yeah, bro. But situations like this is why, I don't have confidence in organizations like the Giants, bro. Like, they constantly are just trying to find that guy.
And Daniel Jones is his quarterback.
Yeah. So again, I'm not shitting on Wan'Dale, the player. It's just this is more so just situation.
Facts.
All right, man. I do like this next situation though. John Mechie, wide receiver out of Alabama, to the Texans with the 44th pick in the second round.
I fuck with it, man. Yeah. They have Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is going to Brandon Cooks. They just re-signed him. You know how I feel about the situation. I feel like they have a quarterback that's more than capable of supporting the offense. And I rock with it, man. Just depends on how many guys are going to actually be supported in a situation where I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to be a sad team, I'm pretty sure. So maybe they'll be down a lot where they have to throw the ball, but they were not afraid to try to run the ball with so many different guys. Even when they're down, they were trying to run the ball. So this depends on what's really going on with this team, man. But I like John Mechie as a player. So yeah, bro, it's all right. He has opportunities. Not that many guys there to flood the depth chart. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I agree. I do think this is going to be one of those nice, second round picks, in your rookie drafts, or even third if he falls. But I definitely think he's worth taking a chance on. I'm just giving that whole offense trying to reestablish its identity. Like you said, they just got Cooks. Of course, we were all excited about Nico Collins last year, but Mechie has a chance to step in and be that complimentary piece to Brandon Cooks. And Cooks is aging, right? So he might not be there forever. So John Mechie could certainly be the future.
Facts.
All right, man, this next pick, let's go to the New England Patriots, man. They was just drafting.
My gosh,
they was drafting all the running backs, all the receivers.
I don't know what they want.
And I think they even got a QB in there, too.
They did grab a QB late, man.
Yeah, bro. So Tyquan Thornton out of Baylor, wide receiver, went to the Patriots. And honestly, man, I'm just never excited about a Patriots wide receiver.
It's not sexy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. None of the receivers were sexy last year. They had a whole bunch of just complimentary receivers, and they went and got Devonta Parker. So it's like, all right, they want to get another guy. And then they just went and got more guys. It's just like, what are we doing? I don't think they have anybody that's worth standout. So I'm not about to sit here and talk about nobody that the Patriots took, because they will flood the shit out of skill players for no reason.
Yeah.
Logic is still booming down.
Okay. It's one of those moments where
Logic is still booming down there. I see it.
Let me just make sure.
I seen you nervous, bro. Avo music cut off and Vic got nervous about everything else going on, bro. Nah, you see it down there still booming.
He's like, hey, Wi-Fi still on too, bro. We good.
We good, bro.
All right.
Vic
we
Avo
back.
gonna come back with some happy ass.
I know.
Man.
Shout out to Avo.
Let's move on to one of my guys. I thought this was one of my dark horses where I was sad at first, and then I was like, well, fuck it, this is for the long haul. So let's talk about my guy. George Pickens, drafted by Pittsburgh Steelers. Now he's playing some serious shit.
You trying to get our confidence back. Nah, bro, you got a good 20 minutes for that shit build back up.
He's playing some shit that sound like it's all step up.
I know. He playing a Swiss beat.
Showtime. He said he playing a Swiss beat.
Shout out to everybody in Philly. All right, bro.
Hey,
we down the street right now in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, bro. I told Vic, like, hey, this is gonna be one of the guys I'm looking at late, bro. You think back 2 years ago, bro, he was one of the top receivers that was like destined to come out and be a star. And he's one of the guys that has strong hands, big body, go-to guy, bro. I remember watching games a couple years ago, and it was like, all right, 3rd and 8. We need a throw. We need a catch. It's going to Pickens. Everybody knows it's going to Pickens, and it doesn't fudging matter. Pickens is still that dude, bro. He got injured early last year, came back, played into even a national championship game, bro. He still made a couple plays. It's like he's that guy. And I like Pittsburgh. I feel like they always draft good receivers. And it sounds messy right now with Deontay and Claypool, but Claypool's on the back end of his contract right now. I doubt they bring him in with how ignorant he's acting year to year. So this is a guy that can go into the next year young, grow more with Pickett, and I don't know, be one of those guys. You've seen Pittsburgh like supporting 2 receivers, sometimes 3. So I still like it. I'm still looking back like early 2nd round, man, trying to slide into some picks that give me George Pickens, bro.
I think you got to get Pickens by like early 2nd.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad even if you got him, late 1st. That's one of those get your guy, kind of like a T. Higgins
I got
pick.
113, bro.
You know
and
I mean?
I'm hoping George Pickens comes to that 113. Bro.
Yeah, bro. But like I said, bro, when I saw Chase Claypool make the announcement, that was my first thought. You're announcing your replacement, man. But Steelers can support 3 wide receivers. To me, Chase most likely goes to the slot. Of course, Deontay can play the slot too, but Pickens more, he's more set up for the outside role.
Facts.
And man, he's gonna help Najee out a lot on the edge, bro, with that run block.
He can block.
Yeah,
Hey,
he put boys on his ass.
I was about to say, bro, he be fucking people up, bro.
He do, for real.
That's another thing, bro. It's hard to find those tough-nosed people, bro, at receiver that don't mind doing the dirty work.
Like they put in as much effort to making a catch into the run game too. That's what you want. So that's a Tomlin kind of guy, man. So that's a hell of a pick. I actually like it. I'm surprised the Patriots didn't jump on that. Like,
yeah, but bro, the Patriots. I'm glad he didn't go to the Patriots, bro.
Yeah, bro. That would have been a buzzkill.
Hey, Avo, can you see the computer screen?
Speaking of another buzzkill.
Barely.
You want to announce this AP pick?
Come on,
the Colts.
Man. I'm pretty sure. I know it's Pierce.
Yeah, Alec Pierce.
It is Alec. Oh, man. Alec Pierce, cuz.
Alec Pierce,
man.
so.
I am AP. It's official.
Wide receiver from Cincinnati, man. So the Colts took him in the second round, bro. I did not see this coming. I mean, I knew we needed a wide receiver, but I didn't see this pick coming.
Come on, man.
Colts,
it's the Colts, bro.
Colts gonna coat.
They gonna coat. And if you know, you know.
I mean, he's a big athletic guy. He's fast. He can run.
But they gonna coat.
He has good numbers. He was, Desmond Ritter's one of his primary targets. So to me, this is another trap, man. Going back to that Christian Watson play.
Out of everything that we need, we have a 6'4", 6'5" guy, strong hands, can get open, play big body ball. And what do? Go draft a 6'5" guy that's
faster.
He's faster, but still big body. Like you grab a mirror of what you already have on the other side of the field. It's like, I don't know. Go get a fire ass route runner, man. Somebody that
the guy that went to the Chiefs.
Yeah, bro. Anything, man. It's just like, I don't know, bro. Colts, sometimes they throw me off with what they do, but we need receivers though, so I'll say that he'll be necessary. So he's probably gonna play. Honestly,
yeah, I agree. He could definitely. He has a chance to get on the field right away. I know Paris Campbell coming back, but he's had injury concerns. So Pittman, is T.Y. still with us or no?
Nope, he ain't got signed back yet.
Didn't get re-signed. Most likely not. So yeah, I mean it's a wide open playing field in the wide receiver room. So, but you know how the Colts are too, man. Like. They're running that veteran over you, right? Now that veteran's Ashton Dolan.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they, kept Zach Pascal out there. So
ugly, bro.
So, all right, man, let's keep it pushing. So I'm not interested in that situation. And I know we got Matt Ryan, but we want to run the ball, man. So yeah.
Let's talk about a more interesting pick, man. Mr. Sky Moore, man, from Western Michigan. Fast guy.
Dynamic, bro. Dynamic player.
He's not on the bigger side. He's on the smaller side, but let's talk about a team that lost Tyreek Hill. So you lose one of the most explosive guys in the NFL ever, and you wind up with a dynamic, explosive guy. And we have to see what do you think this means for Sky Moore and for the offense, man? That it's Kelsey's always there. They got Juju. They picked up MVS. They did lose Byron Pringle. And they still got McCole Hardman. So what do you see this offense looking like?
Crowded wide receiver room, but fast forward a year or two when it starts to shake out, it's going to be the Kelsey and Sky Moore show. That's how I see it.
Do you think in a couple years Kelsey still be there?
I don't know. But
because they took a pick later that we get to talk about.
Okay.
In a couple picks we get to talk about. No.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. But I will say this, Sky Moore, he can take on that Tyreek role. Of course, he's not as explosive, but I will give him – he's a better route runner than Tyreek.
I give you that.
So I do see him definitely he could definitely cut into McCole Hardman's touches and production easily. So of course with Kelsey and then you got Juju, MVS will get his touchdowns here and there like the DeMarcus Robinsons, and let's see what Sky Moore do. So I do think we're going to see McCole and Sky Moore kind of share some production there, and then eventually Sky Moore edges them out, man. So I can see McCole getting traded, man.
Yeah, somebody gotta want him first.
Yeah, I mean, but somebody's always looking for like a player like that just to keep defenses off balance. Like he can go to like a team that uses a lot of motion. You know what I mean? Like he would have to go to the right team. So, but yeah, man, this is a good pick. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not jumping out the gate, but if you need a wide receiver second round, yeah, I'd do it.
All right. The best tight end we're going to talk about, in my opinion, coming off the board was Trey McBride, and he went to Arizona trying to give Kyler another piece. Here's the issue. It's gonna be one of those, damn, bro, Jimmy Graham still there situations. Remember we in love with Cole Kmet, but it's like, damn, bro, is Jimmy ever gonna leave? We got Zach Ertz there. Zach Ertz is gonna play this year, bro.
You know what this tells me? This tells me they want to line Zach Ertz back out wide, and Trey can line up in that traditional tight end spot. So this basically gives them another wide receiver. So I like what they're doing. Just given the flexibility Zach Ertz gives you. So of course you got D-Hop on the outside. You can line up Zach Ertz out wide. Then you brought in a Hollywood who can play the slot or outside. Still got Rondale Moore. He's going to do his thing. And then you still got an AJ Green, man. But his offense is set up nicely from a passing game perspective. So, hey, Kyler put that pressure on himself at the end of the day. Like he said he wasn't happy, he wanted to leave. All right, Arizona, you know, they gave you all the weapons in the world, man. So we're looking at you. You know what I mean? It's going to be all on you.
Facts. All right. I know what's coming up. So I want to make that. I don't want to do it on the clock. I want to do it before we get to this next pick. I feel like as a trio, Avo, you get in on this too.
What's good?
Because we can make this agreement right now. Do y'all want to just skip every player that went to Chicago because we're disappointed in that organization? I'm just playing.
Yeah, but before we do that, we do got to talk about the pick.
I know. I said before we get into this first pick,
okay.
I don't want to do this on the clock because I don't want you to say their name. I want to just get this out.
No, I got you. Yeah.
Y'all want to just skip every guy that Chicago took and just
down.
agree that it's not fantasy relevant because they're surrendering their team to the fantasy gods for the next few years. And we all agree with that? All right, bet. We can talk about who the Bills just took.
All right, man. Let's talk about James Cook, so running back out of Georgia.
James Cook. Let's talk about it, Vic.
5'11", 190.
Let's talk about
it.
Of
course, not the biggest guy, but
Let's talk about it.
he does a lot of work in the pass catching game, and he's shown some elusiveness and shiftiness in the run game. So,
all right, so we in a draft, right? I just took Chris Olave. That's the 107. I took the last of the top receivers. Vic up after me. Vic, what'd you do with your 108?
All right, so this is a team where I'm trying to repeat. This is the Trade Masters League, but I'm looking at running back, man. So it comes down to, do I get Spiller or do I get James Cook? And I stuck to my process. When I graded guys out, I had Spiller higher than Cook. So I went with Spiller. Now, of course, James Cook, went to the Buffalo Bills. Does he have a chance to step in there and start over Singletary? He does. But to me, I thought back to lesson learned with the Clyde Edwards situation. So I do think James will be better than Clyde. But I just didn't want to go with the guy because he's tied to Josh Allen. And I'm not saying you shouldn't draft James Cook. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just going with, I needed a running back, and I went with the guy that was available, who I graded higher, even though he has, lower draft capital as far as with, when being drafted. So that's what it comes down to. But James Cook, I mean, given his play style, I can see him being an RB2. Taking on that Devin Singletary role. So if Devin Singletary can finish as an RB2, James Cook can as well. I don't see him finish as an RB1. Because they throw so damn much.
Facts.
So that's that. But how do you feel about him? That's why
I think off top that he has a role no matter what. I feel like you seen them go out this offseason to actually try to get JD McKissick. And you know what they're using JD McKissick for.
Right.
Which means, hey, we want to start utilizing that catch out the backfield guy. And they were disappointed. They admitted they were disappointed when they couldn't get JD. They came out and spoke about how they want to use James Cook. I think he's going to have a role instantly. I think I'm not worried about him beating out Singletary. I think Singletary will be the dominant back. He'll get the goal line this year at least. I think James Cook comes out there and gets roles no matter what, whether it be some slot stuff, catch out the backfield. I think that's automatic from the first game. So I rock with any side to a top 3, at least top 5 offense in the league. So.
all right, we're blowing past Chicago.
Hey, we made it.
But I do want to say his name, Velus Jones Jr., Tennessee wide receiver, athletic guy, does a lot of return stuff. Yeah. I'm just putting some respect on his name.
All right, respect.
All right, man. But let's keep it pushing, man. So
this big guy ended up being the second quarterback off the board.
Now I will say this: this is one of the surprises.
Yeah, because we pretty much had Pickett and Malik going 1 and 2. Pretty much everybody did. I'm not gonna lie. But Vic kept on saying, hey, bro, I'm in on Ritter. And it sounded like I don't know. I feel like in his tone, sometimes he wanted to say, bro, Ritter is my guy in this draft. He just never said it. So speak on your guy, bro. What was making you turn up on Ritter, bro? From the moment we went to the combine, I feel like you've been kind of putting your stamp on Ritter.
Yeah, he's a guy that climbed for me, but just the maturity, bro. And he's a winner. I mean, all the wins at Cincinnati, and bro, he just comes in poised, bro. Like he just gives off that demeanor of a franchise QB, somebody that you could build around. So I will say this: I was surprised that he was the second QB taken, but hey, if Atlanta, see something in him, I see some qualities in him from a QB standpoint as a franchise QB. So Atlanta, hopefully they can confirm that for us. But bro, he's going to a good situation, man. He can start at some point this season over Marcus Mariota. He has Kyle Pitts. He has Drake London. Calvin really most likely going to get traded when he comes back next year. But at the end of the day, he has some nice core pieces to build around, man. So he's a little bit mobile too, man.
He is.
So he ran what, a 4.5 or 4.6?
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, bro. So this is a guy who I'm definitely looking at. If you miss out on a Pickett or a Malik Willis, like don't panic.
Are you really missing out on Malik at this point?
I mean, I still like Malik.
But I'm talking about like, can you just automatically say Malik should go before Ritter at this point?
No, you can't. It's really about situation. I mean, which one do you prefer better? So
Tannehill could actually be the quarterback there for a couple more years.
Yeah.
I see Mariota being just a placeholder right now. Ritter could actually start getting some time at the back end of this season. You feel me?
Yeah. So hey, in these drafts, get your guys, get your skill players. You don't have to panic this year on QB because you can get you a guy like Desmond Ritter, second round or even third if he falls, but most likely he'll probably get scooped up. Super flex by the middle of second round. But are you in on Ritter? Given the situation,
I mean, I like him. I like the team he went to. That means it's a team that needs a real quarterback. They don't have their franchise quarterback yet, so I think it's good for him to sit and learn from a guy like Mariota because Mariota he's never a bad quarterback. He just wasn't I'll win you a championship quarterback. He's efficient. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and maybe he can actually help Ritter on his development.
All right, man. Let's keep it pushing. So tight end Greg Dulcich,
bro,
UCLA.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it.
He was one of the top tight end prospects, though.
He was.
We ain't gonna spend too much time.
But I think Alberto is still a good tight end too. So it'll be an open competition to see. I love it's a team that wants to run. They brought Melvin back, so it's going to be a lot of running going on. And I love their 3 receiving options anyway. So I'm not really worried about any tight end on that team. It's going to be very limited play.
You know what we're gonna do next year? When I start talking about guys that we don't want to talk about, I'm gonna just take a shot for a party foul.
All right, bet, because there's about to be some guys coming up. I feel like in my heart you should know the guys I don't want to talk about. You should say their name out of respect and move on. Yeah,
that's cool. All right, this guy Malik Willis, we're gonna talk about it. This was another one of the surprises in the NFL draft for me. Landed with the Tennessee Titans, 3rd round pick, out of Liberty. So he did fall a bit in the draft. There were plenty of opportunities where I thought he was going to go. Like Seattle had back-to-back picks at one point. Even Pittsburgh.
Willie.
Can't Pittsburgh was an option.
We had no clue you was going round 3.
Yeah, and even like bringing them back home to Atlanta. Like there were just so many opportunities, bro. Hell, even I was gonna say the Colts, but even in the 2nd round, like.
Coach should have took the shot. Yeah, we don't have our franchise quarterback.
He could have
took the shot.
Could have sat behind Matt Ryan for a couple years. That would have been perfect. But
Coach wasn't gonna do nothing smart.
Coach, man. But how do you feel about Malik going forward, man?
We just talked about it. I like Tannehill. I think Tannehill's one of the guys that I know he had a bad end of the season. Everybody remember that last game, but he usually doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I think he was out of character because I feel like that offense kind of lost sync with AJ and Julio being in and out all year. Derrick Henry went down. It's just trying to figure out the offense. They still played good. The defense was amazing. But I think with Derrick Henry coming back against the normalcy with everything and building from jump with those receivers that are there if everybody's healthy, I think Tannehill should be decent. And he can mentor. And he can mentor different styles because he started off and he fell off. And then he got another opportunity, was able to come back. So I think he can coach Willis up. And he's a mobile quarterback too. So, I feel like Malik can sit back and learn from Tannehill, pick up some game, and we'll see what happens in a year.
Yeah, especially with Derrick Henry play action, that boot action. That's good for him. You know what I mean? That type of system. So,
Facts.
All right, we're not gonna spend too much time here, but do want to shout out Jalen Tolbert, South Alabama wide receiver. He's a speedster, man, and we already know Cowboys keep multiple wide receivers involved.
They do. They lost Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. We don't know if he's starting week 1, so we'll see what happens with all of that.
All right, keep it pushing. I'm excited. Well, not as excited, but Rachaad White, man, Arizona State. So running back, 91st pick to the Bucks. We already know the Bucks like to keep a workhorse, so they got Leonard Fournette. They're going to run that workhorse role. But Rachaad White can definitely come in there, run the ball and catch some passes out of the backfield.
Yeah, I think you could find opportunity even if it's later. My only scary thing is if they keep Fournette for a year or two and then Brady's gone in a year or two. I don't know what that offense looks like after that. So, yeah.
All right, a guy who you didn't talk about, but I am going to take a flyer on him 4th to 5th rounds. Tyrion Davis-Price, 49ers. Why not? Dart throw. If you're drafting that deep in rookie drafts.
Yeah.
All right. QBs. Matt Corral. So Ole Miss QB went to the Panthers, 94th pick.
Love it. This is a guy who got some rushing chops. He's a leader, and he's been a leader, and he was. You think back about a year ago, he's always was. At least we expected him to be a high pick, and I don't know if it was just this year turned people off or being injured at the back end of the season, but Matt Corral was always projected to be a good quarterback, and I think he has to go in and battle Sam Darnold. Ain't nobody locking in Sam Darnold as the automatic week 1 starter. So I like going somewhere we can go compete with a guy and actually make it a real competition. So I like Matt Corral, bro. I think he's good, to be honest.
We'll see. This is one of those organizations that I'm not too excited about. Their coaches are on the chopping block, so now they're leaning on a rookie QB to come in and say their job. So we'll see how that go. And you got to bank on Christian staying healthy. Right. So yeah, that's loaded, man.
I could talk Brian if you want.
Go ahead, talk Brian.
Yeah. I was excited about doing this Gibson trade, and then Brian Robinson went there. The only thing I'm scared about is they automatically don't trust Gibson in the pass role. That's why they bring in J.D. McKissick and use him so much. So, like, you have McKissick and Gibson already there. What is the point of bringing in somebody that was the starting running back for Alabama? He's a good running back. He probably isn't as dynamic as some of these other guys that you want, like you would want him to be. But he's solid. Bigger running back, solid, strong, gets his yards. I like him. And if they want to try to transition into a just straight up traditional running back, he's more traditional than Gibson. So it could be scary. I still think Gibson's their guy. But you got to kind of watch out, man, especially on a bad team that probably don't know how to manage their people. You never know what can happen. I'm going to let you talk this next guy.
All right, man, let's bring it home, man, to the far. When I say the far, that's the east side of Indianapolis. So David Bell, wide receiver out of Purdue. Was that west side?
East side.
Okay.
Come on,
bro.
Man.
No, I'm looking at the corner of my eye. Bro. But shout out to David Bell, man, getting drafted to the Cleveland Browns, man. And he has a hell of a quarterback and Deshaun Watson. So, of course, they brought in Amari Cooper. I do think David Bell could take on that Jarvis Landry role for them.
Easy.
So, it's one of those things where people love David Bell, and then Combine come around, they don't like him. Now they're hyped again. So, I think he's going to be a steal for them. And, of course, they got Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah.
He stretches the field, but I do think David can, be more consistent as far as my production standpoint, playing alongside Amari Cooper. All right, I'm not going to spend too much on this next guy, but Jeremy Ruckert, Ohio State tight end. That's a guy, you just look at streaming options. A team that's, bad against the tight ends, plug them in your lineups. But they got so many weapons right now. He's a nice piece.
And they brought in veteran tight ends that are good at blocking, that are going to see the field. So,
yeah. All right, man. This is last guy for the 3rd round, Danny Gray. So wide receiver out of SMU. I'm not excited.
Me neither, man. I mean, I like San Francisco, and they draft guys good, but with the pieces they have and trying to figure out what Trey Lance is going to be in this offense, I can't think outside what they already have. So,
I am excited about this next piece right here. Damian Pierce, running back out of Florida. He went in the 4th round to the Texans. He has a clear path to start, man, right away. I know they got Marlon Mack there, but
and Rex, don't forget Rex.
We got to see Marlon Mack up close. He's just not as explosive anymore coming off the injuries.
And they paid Rex. For some reason, Rex Burkhead always fucking sees the field. I know it's stupid, but yeah, he does. He has an opportunity to go compete and start though. I would.
Yeah. So this is a guy. Hey, 3rd round pick early in the 3rd. Get him. If you see running backs flying, I'd get him in the late 2nd. I would do that. This is where you get your guys, man. So if you're looking for production, guys, I can get on the field. Dameon Pierce. We're gonna blow past that because I want to take a shot.
Yes. Can I go?
Go ahead.
Go?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Zamir White from Georgia. I told Vic this is one of my dark horse picks before the draft. I love him. Georgia always produces solid running backs if you pay attention, man.
Yeah.
And it's just all about the opportunity. They usually always split a couple. So the issue is always production when you look at their numbers by the end of their career, but they always split backs. Like, so I don't ever fault anybody. Before his injury, I think Zamir was a stud. And he came back and he still looks solid. So I like Zamir. I think he's a solid running back. And they're not sold on Josh Jacobs. They just decided not to pick up his 5th-year option. I'll tell you this. If you tell me Zamir White is the starter for the Raiders next year, I'm not going to tell you I'm surprised.
I agree.
Solid.
This is another guy. I'd grab him in the 2nd round without hesitation. Like, I'm not following ADP and banking on that. This is a year you just get your guys, man. Get the talent.
And Josh Jacobs is a banged up guy.
Yeah.
And Kenyon Drake's not going to be. I don't think he's going to start the season from his injury.
And Vegas wants to run the ball. You got to you got to help your defense out. You got to keep Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and now Russell Wilson off the field. They're going to run the ball. So that's going to be a hell of a pick. Right. And then let's talk about the guy who I drafted over James Cook at the 108, Isaiah Spiller, man. This is a guy that fell to the 4th round. But again, I just trust the talent. I know, they're concerned about the injuries right now. I think with his pec, something like that. And also ran a 4.6, but hey, Josh Jacobs ran a 4.6. So you can do a lot of damage. And I know the Chargers don't run the ball a lot, but they have a lot of red zone opportunities. So the scoring opportunities are going to be there with Justin Herbert throwing the ball downfield 50, 60 yards, and now they're on the 5-yard line and 10-yard line. That's the hot zone, man. So, of course, they got Austin Eckler there, but Isaiah Spiller's 20 years old. So, for me, this is a situation.
He still got a chance to grow too, man.
Exactly.
So I like it.
All right. But I wouldn't be mad if, he's the guy you probably get in the 2nd rounds, but this is me wanting to get my guy on a squad where I needed a running back.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not faulting you, bro. He was coming into the draft. He was top 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, man. I'm going to skip past that. New England, all that. Ravens, you good? I'm good off that. Let's just shout out Calvin Austin.
Shout out Calvin because he's a fast guy. He's dynamic, explosive, but I don't know what they want. They have 3 guys that I like better than him right now on the team. And so that's all I can say about that opportunity. I don't know where that hits yet.
I will say this: Baltimore did take a couple tight ends.
Yeah, they have maybe the top dynasty tight end.
They
Depends
do.
on what you value about him and Pitts. So yeah.
And then Tennessee got nervous and took them an athletic tight end. Bro, you could just tell the picks that are like these were followers, like panic picks. Like Coach was a panic pick on Alec Pierce. This Tennessee pick was a panic pick because the Ravens got 2 tight ends.
I see a guy we could talk about though. I want to pass up on Sam Howell.
I did not see that. Okay, my bad.
Nah. We can talk Sam Howell just because, bro.
First pick in the 5th round.
Nobody believes in Carson Wentz. Nobody does, except maybe their organization. You believe in Carson Wentz?
No.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Sam Howell is a guy that from his freshman year, he was supposed to be a real good, solid prospect. And sometimes you just get overtaken by, some people just look better than you throughout your career. But I still think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he did anything to diminish his character and his skills. He's solid. And you're telling me, after you see so many bad plays by Carson Wentz, you don't want to try to see if this Sam Howell thing can be a thing. They have a solid defense, so I don't know if they're going to be in position to just have a high enough pick to take one of these quarterbacks. Sam Howell could be forced there, next year if Carson Wentz is playing himself out of a spot. So we'll see what happens, bro.
Only thing Sam Howell did was lose his weapons. He lost Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, Diana Brown, guys he lost his playmakers.
Yeah.
But he has one of the better deep balls, and we already see, we've seen Terry McLaurin kill the stretch game. So yeah, first pick in the 5th round.
One more guy.
Go ahead.
Let's just talk Snoop Connor just because Travis Etienne, we don't know what he's doing yet and don't know where he is on his injury, but we expect him to be ready first game. And
Brian Robinson
is hurt.
James Robinson's
I don't think
he's actually going to miss some time, bro.
Yeah, he's going to miss time. So I think it's looking like Snoop Conner might be the backup. So just pay attention to that, just because neither one of those guys have played a down yet, Snoop or Travis. So.
All right, some people may be asking about this, but let's just throw it in there. Tyler Algier, running back to BYU, only because Falcons do need a running back. Are you interested in that? Is that a dart throw for you? Out of BYU?
I still think it'll be a stupid situation where Patterson will still be like getting their running back plays. It'll be dumb.
All right, I do want to touch on Jerome Ford only because, Kareem Hunt, he was brought in and he's starting to show, he can get banged up, miss some games. So, I mean, getting a piece of that Browns backfield is going to be valuable, especially tied to Deshaun. Is this a guy you're taking a chance on with one of your rookie picks, 3rd round, 4th round? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah, but it's just a dart throw.
Okay.
Nothing excites me about Jerome.
Okay.
To be honest. So, yeah, I see you scrolling.
I'm scrolling, bro.
Scrolling ass.
With my scrolling ass. All right, I don't see nothing else that sticks out.
Yeah, this is at the point where I told you, bro. I mean, unless you want to, why do the coach just like tall players? We took another
we took another Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, bro.
That played basketball in high school.
But I don't really need to talk about nothing.
I think that's it, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's it. That is it.
And Brock Purdy was the Mr. Irrelevant pick.
Yeah,
for fantasy and for NFL.
They got Trey and Garoppolo technically, so yeah. I don't know. The draft, to me, it is what it is, man. I'm excited about some guys. I'm not like, I don't know. This draft felt weird, but it is what it is, man. I still like a lot of the stuff that went down, and still excited about these rookie drafts, bro. Let's get to them.
All right, man. Let's get into this closing, man. So that was jam-packed. Again, trust your process. This is a year. Just get your guys, man. ADP is actually jacked up all across the board, so I wouldn't. ADP is not going to settle until like August.
Facts.
And maybe I'm exaggerating, but still. But that's how bad it is right now, though. Like, it's all over the place right now. So if you're in your rookie drafts, just get your guys.
Big facts. All right, man. Look, let's get into this closing. This is to say something good to the people. This is where, you can come here, you can tell something good going on, something bad going on, shed light on anything. Just give us a chance to show that we're a people's podcast, not just a fantasy football podcast. So we like to bring light to things when we can. So it's been a minute. I don't know what's going on with my brothers, man. So I'm actually intrigued to hear what everybody got going on. I just want to say, work hard, enjoy your life, make sure the things that are important to you, make sure that you value them and show their importance on a day-to-day, man, especially people. Try to holler at people, let people know you love them, even if it's a simple text. You don't got to be the person I talk to my friends every day. It's impossible sometimes. So you just got to make sure you locking in with people when you can, taking breaks for yourself. I've been working a lot. And I'm still getting blessed, man, at my job through different positions and being able to keep my title, and just life is blessing me in general. I can already tell this year is better than last year already. So I'm just excited about everything going forward for myself and others. So yeah, man, just come here. This is kind of just me having a hallelujah moment for everything going on. So yeah, man.
That's what's up. You deserve all that shit,
I
too,
feel
man.
you. Good shit, bro. Good shit.
Appreciate it. Somebody else can go next.
Go ahead, Avo.
Hey, man, these past few weeks, I got reminded of something that was real dope. As a kid, we used to always get together as a big family. My mom's side of the family, we used to always get together. It was way more often than I realized in my adult years. We just haven't been doing it as much because we're all adults now. And I'm realizing that, we are now the uncles and the aunties that were doing all these things. So now we got to step up to do those things. So we got together last weekend in Anderson, and I had a great time, man, just getting together with the family again. We're going to try to keep doing that. And I just encourage everybody else, man, if you remember the memories that you had as a kid, just remember now you're an adult now. It's your job to keep those memories going for your kids. So I just want to give everybody that little piece, man. Just try to keep those memories and some of those traditions going, because they're not all bad. A lot of them are good.
That's a hell of a reminder, bro. That's what's up. For me, I've been really staying on top of my health. Just coming off the birthday, still keeping that going. Getting all my visits in. Even went to the dentist, bro. Even let them, fuck me up a little bit. But proud to say I start therapy on Monday. I know y'all been talking about it for a while. So I think for me, I'm getting to a point where, I'm elevating in life in terms of like career-wise and personal, entrepreneurial type stuff. And stress is like, you know what I mean? Like basically I'm at a point where I can only take on so much of certain outside things. And I'm the kind of person, I take on a lot of other people's stress. So I'm at a point where I need to release, you know what I mean? So start my therapy on Monday. Looking forward to just releasing all that baggage I've been carrying all these years, and got a black therapist. I'm excited for that.
That's hard.
Yeah, bro. So, they gave me somebody that was recommended, and I was like, let me just keep strolling before I go with the number one. Make sure, it's just certain things that I just feel I can connect with someone, who understands the culture. Right. And I'm not knocking, anybody who doesn't look like me, but it's just something that I've wanted to prioritize. So
we're gonna have to lock in after your first session, man. Usually the first one is general. So I'll ask how it's going after your first go.
Yeah, man. So that's where I'm at. I'm excited, man. So yeah, just been carrying a lot and looking forward to just continue to stay on top of my physical health and mental health. So yeah, looking forward to taking y'all on that journey.
Yeah, Breece Hall is the clear one-on-one. Remember that. Remember that going forward. I don't want to forget the draft episode without saying that.
And don't forget the draft Isaiah Spiller, even if he went in the 4th or 5th round, wherever late he went. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
And Sky Moore just went at the 112 in the league.
Okay.
We out here.
All right, man. It's the brotherly love. You hear it in the background. That's me. And I'm officially not the only A.P. in Indianapolis.
Hey.
Shout out Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce.
I'm Alec Parrish. As long as he know I was here first.
Hey, man, y'all catch us at some time. Y'all just make sure y'all look out because we be back.
Walk us out, Avo.
Don't worry about it. We be back. What's good, Vic?
Before you do that, man, make sure y'all dominate your rookie leagues, Dynasty Bro Style. Man. I just want to put that out there. Hey, we're going to be back. We getting to it. It's rookie draft season. DJ Ava gonna walk us out officially. I just want to get that in.
Nah, man. Make sure y'all gotta dominate. That's the whole goal. Don't y'all know what's the tagline? Somebody tell me real quick.
Dominate your league.
Dominate your league.
Come
Dynasty
on.
Bro Style.
That's the only way to dominate your league. So you make sure you catch us here. If not next week, then the week after that. If not that week, then the week after that. Look, we be back. Make sure you set your notifications. We be back. We the bros. Dynasty Bros.
WTB. Does that stand for We the Bros?